morning. Joel, what are your expectations now going forward in this such a, just complicated reality?
Well, Jose, excuse me, I'm tearing up. Professor Trone, his story is the story, my story in many ways, Jewish American community's story in many ways. I was on the phone with cousins in Israel over the weekend. I went to Brandeis, where he teaches the kind of peace and coexistence that his daughter exemplified is the type of life I've tried to live. And I think this is still a period of mourning, clearly. A mourning for the whole world, I believe. Mourning certainly in Israel, mourning here in my heart and in the American Jewish community. So I think it's still a shock. It's still raw. The political, diplomatic considerations, military considerations, all being executed or being executed in advance with deep, heavy hearts and sadness. And I think what we heard with the professor, this bigger point, this idea of Hamas wanting to eliminate the Jewish state, wantonly murdering children, taking a Holocaust survivor hostage and bringing her, parading her in the streets as a Jew, it just feels desperate. The kind of hate that we're experiencing here in the United States, and now to see this in Israel. And so it's extremely raw. And the appreciation that I have for those who are standing with us at this moment as we see what goes forward next is deep and profound, and it is still very raw.
Yeah, and Joel, listening to the professor, and he's so eloquent and so wanting to focus on not as much as personal loss, right, as more the loss of ideals and the loss of people's work to try and make a difference and to bridge those gaps. And yet his daughter and her husband and the little boy that I understand was shot in the abdomen, and he's doing okay. But I just think this isn't a war against the Israeli army, the IDF. This is going in, and they went into that family's home, shot them, and then dropped a grenade in just in case that kid was alive. It's how do things go forward from there, Joel?
Yeah, you're right, Jose. Look, this was not a targeted assault against Israeli military installations. This was a targeted assault against innocents in their sleep, innocents in their beds, being picked apart and murdered directly. I take cues, though, from the Israeli people at this moment, and multiple conversations with my cousins there. One being, we will persevere, we will overcome the toughness, and the other of, I hope for a better future after this. The hope, the optimism, that these are the core values of Israel that has made it be the state that it is today, surviving waves of hate and wars for survival. And the Israeli people are sadly, shockingly practiced in this type of maintenance of strength and hope in the face of assault. But again, this is very important. I'm glad you brought it up. Hamas did not launch a military strike against military installations for military purposes. It launched a strike into homes and villages for terror, to terrorize the population. And so the Israeli response also is going to be rooted, I believe, in not just trying to deter Hamas, but also restoring confidence and a sense of survival in the Israeli people right now, who are deeply shaken by what we've just seen.
The largest number of Jews killed since the Holocaust at one time. let's think about this, and let's put things into perspective as we talk about the fact that not only there was the professor's family killed, so many others were killed, 240 kids that were shot out of the thousands of kids that were out at 6 in the morning in a festival dancing. That's what it's all about. Joel, I thank you for being with us this morning. I appreciate it. And